So I asked a question on A Lust for Life, the runner support page, which is now called Run Your Life. So I asked a question there about what will I talk about today, and the overwhelming answer was race nutrition during a marathon. So let's talk about race nutrition. Gels, honey, diorolite, more gels, bananas, sweets, precision hydration, caffeine tablets, fig rolls, Lucozade, flat coke. Oh, the list is endless. So I'm gonna try talk about what you can do and what is scientifically good. All this depends on what time you're going to actually do the marathon in. If you're going to do a 2-hour marathon, or like, let's say the first Irish person maybe 2:15, that's hugely different to someone who's doing 3.5, 4.5 hours. Now we'll talk about from the Monday leading up to the race day on the Sunday, which is Dublin Marathon, I'm presuming. Let's talk about hydration first, okay? So precision hydration, very high strength electrolyte drink mix. So precision hydration and diorolite, both blackcurrant flavour. I must like blackcurrant. If you sweat a lot, this is your best friend. It's way nicer than diorolite as well. Now they come in different strengths. I think it's like 500, 1000 and 1500. And because of my cystic fibrosis, I have to get the strongest one plus salt tablets, because I don't retain any salt in, so anytime I sweat, salt just comes out of me, and I go into cramp, which is what happened in the 2017 Dublin Marathon, and I learned a huge lesson from that. So carb loading, does it actually work? Scientifically, it adds 3% to your performance, which that's pretty good, seeing as everybody wants to get the 4% shoes. That's 7% actually, if you believe in the 4%. Now there's a huge kind of idea that you have to do a depletion day for if you're carb loading, which is on the Thursday before the marathon. You have to do a depletion day, which is like no carbs. On the Friday, when you start eating carbs, you're able to retain it. Now I don't believe that, and that's not scientifically proven either. It's just an old school myth. Whatever you've been doing week in, week out, let's say 20-week build up, that's all you need to do from Monday onwards. That's all you need to do. On the Friday, Saturday, I'd eat more carbs, and not carbs like, these are carbs, but they're going to give you like a half an hour's worth of energy. So not that type of carbs. You need to have carbs that are long lasting and to build up your stores. So whole wheat pasta, whole grain rice, things that have starch in them. Potatoes are good. I know a lot of Irish people eat potatoes, so eat more potatoes. Just increase your nutrition, your overall nutrition, by a little bit. It doesn't have to be like 2 plates of pasta. And pasta isn't your only source of carbohydrates. Whole wheat couscous. Couscous is actually just small little tiny bits of pasta. That's all it is. So you could get that into you. Add some fats in as well, because fats are really good as an energy source. So fats and carbs, perfect. Drink a little bit more as well, because you're going to use a lot of liquids during the marathon. And I know you're going to top yourself up, but if you go into a race more dehydrated, it means that your body, the blood is more thicker in your body, and blood carries oxygen and nutrition around everywhere. So you're already on the back foot if you go in slightly dehydrated. Sip throughout the day for the whole week. You should be doing this anyway. You should be drinking at least 2 litres of water a day. So that's hydration sorted. I have an article about how much consumption of gels you need for a marathon. And if you're doing it in 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, whatever it is, and here it is here, that's the graph. So let's talk about gels and the difference between this gel and this gel. So this is a high 5, this is a SIS. This has 22 grams of carbohydrates and this has 23 grams of carbohydrates. This has 0.6 gram of sugar. This has 3 grams of sugar. I remember getting these and thinking they were great value. I think I got them on sportspursuit.com. Great value. But then the ingredients, this has a sweetener in it, and the sweetener isn't going to give you energy at all. That's why there's only 0.6 grams of sugar in it. Where this is basically just sugar and concentrated fruit juice, raspberry. So if I was to pick between the two of these, I would pick this one because this has a sweetener in it and that's not going to give you energy. This has readily available sugar in it and it doesn't have a sweetener in it. So you're getting carbohydrates and more sugar in it in this one. So look at the back of your ingredients to see, does it have a sulfate K or aspartame in it. Morton gels, actually, they're very easy to digest. They have very little flavour in them, and well, Kipchoge uses them. Now, a lot of people can't stomach gels. They hate them. It upsets their stomach. So what can you use instead? These little things are Haribo. Perfect to carry around. They scrunch up so you can put them into your back pocket or into your flip belt or whatever you have. There's little sachets of honey, and this has peanut butter in it, so you don't really need to, well, you don't need peanut butter, but you can get little honey sticks, you can get little honey sachets that are similar to this, and it's the same, it's just sugar. All gels are sugar. That's all it is. It's simple, quick acting sugar. So if it's like this, if it's like this, if it's like this, if it's a banana. Now a banana has a lot of fibre in it, so you might struggle a little bit because your stomach has to break down the fibre. Fibre, we all know what that does. But if this is what you've been training with and it's working for you, use a banana. Banana and honey go well together. Banana and peanut butter go well together as well. But yeah, don't overthink. Everything is just sugar. That's the best form of energy that you're going to be able to get. It's the quickest form of energy you're going to get. Things like those blocks, sweets, Haribo, fruit pastilles, wine gums, whatever it is, just make sure that it's quick acting and you've used it before. If this is what you want to use on race day, this is what you use in training. Don't try anything new whatsoever on race day. If this is what you've been using, do it. Same goes for a banana. Caffeine. I'm going to talk about caffeine as well. Does this have caffeine in it actually? No, this doesn't have caffeine in it. Caffeine, there's two things out there that are chewing gum or sweets with caffeine in it. One's called rum gum, as you see here, and the other one is caffeine bullet. The rum gum has 50 milligrams of caffeine in it, which is like drinking a cup of tea. Like it's not really going to do anything. The caffeine bullet has 100 milligrams, it's just like a shot and a half of espresso. Now the timing of caffeine, that's another thing. I already have a video on what to do with caffeine. I'll put a description in below, but if you don't want to watch that, caffeine takes about 40 minutes to kick in to your system. So if you're going to be taking caffeine at like mile 22, it's kind of pointless to take caffeine at that stage. So let's say you take one at mile 5, mile 10, mile 15, something like that. A caffeine gel, or caffeine tablets, something that just has caffeine in it. I wouldn't really recommend the rum gum because there's very little caffeine in it, but it does have B vitamins and taurine and guarana, I think, as well in it. But yeah, just don't overthink it. Keep it simple. The best bit of advice you can get is whatever you want to use on race day, get used to it, get your stomach used to it. The other thing, that if I said you need 3 gels an hour and you're doing 3 hours or even 4 hours, and that's like 12 gels, everybody's going to comment under or say, Jesus Christ, that's an awful lot of sugar. But like, you're doing a marathon. Stop thinking you're going to lose weight, or the mindset of, I have to run a marathon to lose weight. You're running the marathon to get a time. That's all you're doing, and completing it. So why not make it easier? You're not going to get diabetes at the end of a marathon because you had 12 gels. The people who hit a wall, there's 3 different reasons. Nutrition, which is water and fuel, as in gel, sugar. Going out too hard and not training enough. 3 reasons. That's what the wall is. It's one of those 3, or all of them.